we're doing here in Ireland the last number of years to do with processing industrial hemp. With my company, Token Hemp Products, we're looking at new ways of preparing hemp from harvesting stage. So a lot of our work involves stripping leaves and flowers at different stages and see what the constituents are at different stages, at different uses for medicinal use and also as a super health food. So from cannabinoid acids to leaf proteins and to cellulose, we're analysing and looking at all these things. The machinery is there now to on a large scale to strip leaves and flowers and seeds from standing crops. And these materials then can be further processed on the field or brought in refrigerated vans to local processing. This is one area of our work. The other area of our work is the separation of the bast fibre from the wood core of the plant. So by stripping our hemp, we make harvesting a lot easier. So we have only little sticks to harvest, big large sticks, but no flower, no foliage material on the stems, which makes it easier for decortication, no contamination of leaves in with the wood core or the fibre. When we separate fibre from wood core, we need to size our wood core for construction industry. So for construction, with different mortar mixes, with hydraulic lines, pozzolans, we require a certain size for different types of building. For spraying, we need very small wood chips to go into our spraying machine. If we're casting more structural mixes, we can have a mix of materials in there. So we are separating our wood core and further processing our wood core to fit in hemp construction. With our fibre, the bast, the raw bast, we need to degum like that, degum the bast, and we need to do that before any deterioration on it when it's still green. It can be dry green or fresh green, but we choose to do it at this stage because we get uniformity of cellulose fibre, and this is very important for textile and composite industries to tailor the natural fibres and change the surface chemistry and open up the fibres so they are on many bundles down to ultimate fibres, microfibres and nanofibres. So for composite industry in Ireland, we have quite a lot of big players from aerospace, and they're very interested in hemp fibre to replace carbon fibre, because carbon fibre, although it's very good, it's very expensive. And the aerospace industry is keeping it at a certain price the whole time. So for automotive industry, it's quite difficult to use carbon fibres. They might be lightweight, but they're expensive. So we're looking at natural fibres now, like hemp fibre, and can we get it up to the same level as carbon fibre? And yes, we can. Not alone here for composite, aerospace industry, also for construction industry, where we can have now new reinforcements with new tailored hemp fibres. So this is the area, the fibre and the wood core and the leaf and flower material. This is our sorry about that. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So I was just giving a brief account of the work, my own personal work with hemp in Ireland. We're hoping that this work will help the other new companies coming into the industrial hemp field, as there is in the next couple of years, and they can make use of some of our work. We're also the base for International Hemp Building Association, which was established here a number of years ago in Ireland. Our work with the International Hemp Building Association involves helping people interested in learning about hemp construction and also teaching people how the materials work and how to produce the materials. So we can facilitate any group of how to set up a hemp industry, particularly targeting hemp building materials, a cheap way of doing it, and making fantastic houses. So we do hold our own symposiums around the world, and we have one coming up in Wales next year. So anybody that's interested in construction, the biggest people involved in it and the smallest people are there. We have a great mix from home builders to big industrial construction manufacturers. So very interesting. We've built a lot of houses in Ireland from hemp, and for our high moisture climate here, it's absolutely fantastic because it deals with the moisture like no other material we've seen. It regulates it, so we can have breathable houses, but yet we're not bringing all this moisture into our houses. It keeps us warm in the winter time and cool in the summertime. And this summer was a very good summer, first time in 15 years, and having been in a couple of hemp houses, quite remarkable, but beautiful environment to rest in. That's really the work that we're involved in Ireland. It's very slow to establish a commercial hemp industry here because for the farming community, it's a lot to take on because it's a new crop and it's not established here yet. The seed is expensive, and for our licensing, it has to be off main roads, so trying to get machinery up to where the fields are can be difficult. Having an end user to take the crop it has to be part of the license. So there's a lot of restrictions for farmers that might be interested in getting involved in something new. There's no guarantee of how much a farmer will get paid for hemp. So until the hemp comes out of research and development and comes into mainstream, it will kind of catch-22. Farmers will not be willing to grow hundreds and hundreds of acres of hemp until there, is somebody that can guarantee them a price for it, and not just for 1 year, for every year. So there's still a lot of work to do, and to do this work involves money, as we all know. So raising funding can take an enormous amount of time and effort, and you still might get the rewards at the end of it. So like other countries, industrial hemp is quite a difficult one to establish. Ireland is no different. We are hoping in the next few years we will establish it here, and it will be a mainstay crop, especially for farmers, because we do not have a good break crop in Ireland since the demise of the sugar beet industry, and tillage farmers are in great need of a great break crop like industrial hemp. So we're hoping with the wider community we can help them with what we know, and perhaps we can join forces and establish hemp companies and hemp processing in different countries around the world. There's quite a lot of technology developed since I first got involved with hemp in the mid-90s, so people are doing great work around the world, and I'm sure you've been giving great exposure to that work here at your conference. That's really all from me. I'm happy to debate anything that's going on or answer any questions.